The build settings is the main front end of Unity. This is what Unity uses to render our games. It is pretty hard to understand it at first, but I'll go through the normally used platforms in creating games. The first thing we need to know is that we need to allow Unity to know what platform in our current version we want to create our game on. To install the new version of Unity, open up Unity Hub, go to Installs, Add, and pick the recommended release or whichever version you wish to download from Unity. Press Next. Now pick the platform you wish to use. Let's pick macOS, iOS, Android, Windows, and I think that's it. Now let's press Done. Let that install for a bit. Now let's go back to our project. Since we have an older version of Unity, we could use that in our current project. Now, let's pick that Unity version in the Unity versions tab here. As you can see, we already have it, and let's double click this, and then this will open up our current scene. Before creating our game, let's go to File, Build Settings, and a pop-up will appear. This will tell us what version of Unity we will be using. First thing we need to do is add our scenes. Let's press Add Open Scenes to add the current scenes that we have in our game right now. As you can see, it added in the sample scene that we have currently open. But if for some reason you have two scenes in your scenes folder, scene 2, it will not be added in the build settings if you actually press Add Open Scenes. What you have to do is actually drag the scene 2 in your build settings pop-up. Now this will be added in the list of scenes here in the scenes area. We can choose to close our scene by pressing the tick button on the left hand side here, or you could even organize your scene differently by left clicking and dragging it up. There we go. You can also remove a scene by right clicking it and pressing remove selection. On the platforms area, let's pick PC, Macs, and Linux standalone. This will open up a new area here for us. The first thing you will see on the right is what target platform we wish to use. We are going to be using the Windows platform. We also have the Mac OS and the Linux platforms. In the Windows platform, you have the option to go for 32-bit or 64-bit. The 32-bit is the x86 without the underscore 64, but the 64-bit is the one that has underscore 64. To know what version your PC has, you can do this by pressing the Windows key and typing in System, pressing Enter, and then this will show up the system information of your current PC. Now, you will be able to see the system type of your PC if it's 64-bit or 32-bit. Now let's close that system information and let's go back to our game. We can take the server build if you wish to play the game you created with multiplayer functionality, or we can take copy PDB files to allow you to debug your game. We can also take create Visual Studio Solution to edit your Unity game in Visual Studio. The development build is just like PDB, but the difference is that it will allow you to have more debugging features, just like the profiler, the deep profiling support, the script debugging, and the scripts only build. We can also choose wait for manage debugger on the script debugging. The compression method has three different options, either default, LZ4, or LZHC. The default is the built-in Unity compression method that you can use if you wish to test out your game. The LZ4 is best if you wish to debug your game. The LZ4HC is best if you wish to release your game to the targeted platform that you want your game to be in. Now let's change our target platform from Windows to Mac OS. It will take a bit to load up, but it will show us different options for the Mac OS system. The only difference in this platform to the Windows platform is the architecture and the Xcode project. There are three choices of architecture in Mac: Intel 64-bit or Apple Silicon. I do suggest picking both. The Create Xcode project option allows the user to edit the game using the application called Xcode. Let's change our target platform to Linux. There is no difference in the Linux version, but it only has one choice on the architecture, which is 64-bit. Now let's change our platform on the left hand side to Android. There are a lot more different options here for us to choose from. There are different texture compression types you can choose from, but I won't go in depth on this one because there isn't much support on the Android compression methods. If you have a source, please leave it down in the comments below. In the ETC2 fallback is the resolution that your game is going to be rendered from. You can choose from 32-bit, 16-bit, or 32-bit, but half the resolution. Let's go for 32-bit. The export project option will allow you to edit your game on the Android Studio app. If you guys don't have the Android Studio app, I will leave it down in the description below. Building your game as an app bundle allows you the flexibility to upload your game in the Google Play Store. The Run Device option allows you to run your game in your plugged device. I do suggest downloading the Unity Remote app for an easier process on this. You can choose your device on this drop-down menu and press what device that you have, or you could press all compatible devices. Now let's change our platform to iOS. We have two choices in the Run in Xcode option, either release or debug. I do suggest the release version. And before you do anything else, don't forget to press the switch platform button. It will change our Unity project to the mobile version. And that's about it. There are a lot more complex build methods, but I will cover those methods in another video. To learn more about the build settings, there will be a link down below for the Unity documentation. Thanks for watching. Before you leave,